The Desert Eagle appeared in over 600 movies, TV shows, and video games. It weighs about 4.5 pounds empty. Most people would never carry one in real life. So why did this massive pistol become the most famous handgun in cinema history? The answer has everything to do with Hollywood marketing, smart business moves, and one simple fact. This gun looks absolutely incredible on camera. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how the film industry turned an impractical hunting pistol into a worldwide icon. Every great weapon starts somewhere, and the Desert Eagle began in Minnesota during 1979. Magnum Research Incorporated wanted to build something nobody had ever seen before. They wanted a semi-automatic pistol that could fire Magnum rounds. At that time, the only guns powerful enough to shoot .357 Magnum or .44 Magnum were revolvers. Semi-automatic pistols used weaker cartridges because the forces involved in firing Magnum rounds would destroy standard handgun designs. The pressure from those cartridges was simply too much for blowback or short recoil systems to handle safely. Bernard White and Arnold Steinbergs figured out the solution. They took a system normally found in rifles, called gas operation with a rotating bolt, and put it inside a handgun frame. When you fire the Desert Eagle, gases from the burning powder travel through a small hole under the barrel into a cylinder. Those gases push a piston that cycles the slide backward. The rotating bolt locks directly into the barrel extension with 3 radial lugs, exactly like an M16 or AR-15. This rifle-style mechanism inside a pistol frame allows the gun to handle extreme pressures without breaking apart. Magnum Research filed their patent in January 1983, and they had a problem. They were a small company without the manufacturing capability to produce what they designed. They needed a partner with experience building serious military hardware. Enter Israel Military Industries, the state-owned defense contractor responsible for the Uzi submachine gun. IMI refined the design, filed their own patent in December 1985, and started building Desert Eagles in Israel. The first models hit store shelves in 1984, chambered in .357 Magnum. The .44 Magnum version followed in 1986. Then came the round that would define this pistol forever. In 1991, Action Arms developed the .50 Action Express specifically for the Desert Eagle. This cartridge fires a bullet measuring half an inch in diameter at over 1,500 feet per second. The muzzle energy exceeds 1,500 foot-pounds. For comparison, a standard 9mm pistol produces around 350 foot-pounds. The .50 AE transforms the Desert Eagle into something closer to a small rifle than a typical handgun. Hunters use it to take down large game at distances up to 200 meters. The magazine holds 7 rounds of .50 AE, 8 rounds of .44 Magnum, or 9 rounds of .357 Magnum. The specifications make clear why this pistol earned the nickname Hand Cannon. The 6-inch barrel model measures nearly 11 inches in overall length. You cannot hide this gun. You cannot slip it into a waistband or tuck it under a jacket. At 4.5 pounds unloaded, carrying one all day requires serious dedication. Add a loaded magazine and you are approaching 5 pounds of steel. Standard duty pistols weigh less than 2 pounds. The Desert Eagle more than doubles that. Now here comes the part that changed everything. Magnum Research understood they had a specialized tool with limited practical applications. Hunters and silhouette competitors would buy some units. Collectors would buy some more. The numbers would stay modest because most people have no reason to own a pistol this large and powerful. The company needed another market. They found it in Hollywood. During the 1980s, Magnum Research actively reached out to prop houses and studios. They sent guns for films. They made sure armorers knew about this new pistol. The strategy worked brilliantly because the Desert Eagle solved a problem filmmakers had been dealing with for decades. Action movies need visual impact. Audiences need to understand immediately that a character holds something dangerous. Small pistols do not photograph well. They get lost in a frame. Wide shots make them disappear entirely. The Desert Eagle photographs like nothing else. That triangular profile and massive slide fill the screen. Chrome finishes catch lighting beautifully. The physical size communicates power without a single line of dialogue. When an actor raises a Desert Eagle, the audience knows instantly that things just got serious. The gun does half the storytelling work through pure visual presence. Year of the Dragon. In 1985 marked the pistol's cinematic debut. Mickey Rourke played Captain Stanley White, a controversial New York cop obsessed with taking down Chinatown crime lords. He carries a satin nickel .357 Magnum Desert Eagle throughout the film. The final shootout showcased everything the gun could do on screen. The booming report, the dramatic size against Rourke's frame, the gleaming finish under dramatic lighting. Hollywood had found a new star. That same year, Commando put Arnold Schwarzenegger in front of a Desert Eagle. He plays John Matrix, a retired Special Forces colonel whose daughter gets kidnapped. The matte, stainless version he carries matches his over-the-top persona perfectly. When the largest action star in the world holds the largest semi-automatic pistol in the world, audiences remember it. Commando performed well at the box office, and the Desert Eagle appeared in more and more action scripts. The pattern accelerated through the late 1980s. RoboCop in 1987 gave Kurtwood Smith a Desert Eagle with an extended barrel and suppressor. He plays Clarence Boddicker, a crime boss who murders the main character in the opening act. The gun combination looks absolutely sinister, mixing science fiction aesthetics with real-world hardware. This became another template for how films would use the pistol. Heroes carried Desert Eagles for power. Villains carried them for intimidation. By the early 1990s, Hollywood had established the Desert Eagle as the default choice whenever a script called for maximum handgun impact. Universal Soldier. In 1992, gave Dolph Lundgren a laser-sighted .44 Magnum version. The sequel craze of the era meant more action films hitting theaters every year, and each one needed memorable weapons. The Desert Eagle delivered consistently. Then came the films that cemented its legendary status. Snatch in the year 2000 features one of the most memorable Desert Eagle scenes ever filmed. Vinnie Jones plays Bullet-Tooth Tony, a brutal enforcer who uses his chrome .44 Magnum as a storytelling prop. The pub confrontation scene became iconic. Tony delivers a monologue about surviving gunshots while casually handling his Desert Eagle. The character and the gun merge into a single image of controlled violence. You cannot think about that scene without picturing the pistol. The Matrix in 1999 represented another level entirely. The Wachowskis built their action sequences around revolutionary visual effects, and they needed hardware that matched the scale of their ambition. During the lobby shootout, agents fired Desert Eagles in black oxide finish. The scene combines slow-motion photography with impossibly choreographed gunplay, and those massive pistols anchor the real-world elements while everything else goes digital. Every Desert Eagle shot in The Matrix required dozens of stunt performers and millions in effects work surrounding it. Here's how powerful the Hollywood effect became. The Desert Eagle appeared in over 600 movies, television shows, and video games by the mid-2000s. Magnum Research never could have afforded that level of advertising through traditional marketing. Every film placement was essentially free promotion to millions of viewers. Young audiences growing up in the 1990s and 2000s saw the Desert Eagle constantly. They recognized it instantly. They wanted one before they knew anything about its specifications or intended purpose. Production notes from various films reveal interesting details about how armorers actually used these pistols on set. Most movie Desert Eagles were chambered in .357 Magnum or .44 Magnum rather than .50 AE. The lighter calibers produce less recoil, making them easier for actors to handle during long shooting days. Blank rounds in .50 AE create tremendous concussion, and that becomes exhausting after dozens of takes. The .357 version offers the same visual impact with more manageable forces. Some productions modified the guns extensively. Extended magazines that would not function in reality appeared regularly for visual effect. Custom finishes ranging from gold plating to matte black allowed the pistol to match different characters and settings. Austin Powers, in Goldmember in 2002, featured a completely gold-plated Desert Eagle as a joke about over-the-top villainy. The humor worked precisely because audiences already associated the gun with excessive action movie logic. Video games amplified everything Hollywood started. Counter-Strike in 1999 included the Desert Eagle as the Nighthawk 50 cents, the most powerful and expensive pistol available to players. One headshot kills from any range. The game became one of the most popular competitive shooters ever created, and millions of players learned to fear and desire that pixelated Desert Eagle. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in 2004 put a Desert Eagle in the hands of CJ, the player character trying to escape gang life. Call of Duty Modern Warfare in 2007 made it a signature weapon in the multiplayer arsenal. These games reached demographics that might never watch classic action films. Teenagers in the 2010s knew the Desert Eagle from gaming before they ever saw Commando or Snatch. The pistol crossed generational boundaries through a completely different medium. Each platform reinforced the others. Someone plays Counter-Strike, then watches The Matrix, then sees the same gun, then plays Call of Duty, then sees Snatch. The recognition compounds endlessly. The gap between Hollywood portrayal and reality deserves attention here. Films exaggerate the Desert Eagle constantly. Characters fire dozens of rounds without reloading. The recoil looks manageable when actors brace properly for takes. Accuracy at ridiculous ranges defies physics. These details built the myth while distorting the truth. Real Desert Eagles demand respect and training. The recoil from 50 AE has been described as wrist-breaking by shooters unprepared for the forces involved. Proper grip technique matters enormously. The gun cannot fire unjacketed lead bullets because the soft lead clogs the gas port, potentially causing dangerous malfunctions. Magazine capacity limits sustained fire in ways action movies ignore completely. The weight makes one-handed shooting, a favorite move in cinema, genuinely difficult to maintain with accuracy. Law enforcement agencies almost never use Desert Eagles. Military units do not issue them. The practical applications remain limited to hunting, metallic silhouette competition, and recreational shooting. People who carry handguns professionally choose lighter, smaller options with higher capacity. A Glock 17 holds 17 rounds of 9mm and weighs about 1.5 pounds loaded. That math makes sense for someone who might need to draw their weapon in a real emergency. None of this matters for the cultural impact. The Desert Eagle exists in two parallel realities. One is the physical firearm that hunters carry into the woods after large game. The other is the cinematic object that represents ultimate handgun power in the collective imagination. Hollywood created that second reality from scratch, and it proved far more influential than anything happening at shooting ranges. Current Desert Eagles retail between $1,500 and $3,000 depending on finish and configuration. The Mark 19 model dominates sales, featuring Picatinny rails for optics, ported barrels that reduce muzzle flip, and finish options including titanium gold, brushed chrome, and black oxide. Collectors prize limited editions and special finishes. Some buyers will never fire their purchase. The gun sits in a case as a display piece, a physical souvenir from 40 years of action cinema. The symbolism runs deeper than simple marketing, though. The Desert Eagle represents a particular kind of American excess, bigger, louder, more powerful than necessary. It embodies the logic that if some is good, more must be better. Action films from the 1980s through the 2000s embraced that philosophy completely. Heroes solved problems through escalating firepower. Villains demonstrated their seriousness through weapon selection. The Desert Eagle fit perfectly into stories where restraint equaled weakness. Video games continue evolving the legacy. Rainbow Six Siege includes the D50 as a secondary weapon choice. Battlefield 4 offered it as downloadable content. Each new title introduces the Desert Eagle to players who may never have seen Snatch or The Matrix. The digital versions carry all the cultural weight accumulated over decades without requiring any historical context. New players simply understand that this pistol matters because the game tells them it does. Social media created another dimension entirely. Desert Eagle memes circulate constantly. Discussions about the most iconic movie guns always include it near the top of every list. Firearms enthusiasts debate its merits endlessly, defending or attacking its reputation depending on their priorities. The controversy itself keeps the pistol relevant. Any conversation about impractical famous guns includes the Desert Eagle immediately. The story teaches lessons about marketing, media influence, and how products become famous. Function matters less than perception. Practicality loses to visual impact. A specialized tool designed for a narrow purpose reached worldwide recognition through strategic entertainment placement. Other firearms companies noticed. The relationship between Hollywood and the gun industry has never been the same since. When you watch old action films now, pay attention to what the characters carry. Notice how the Desert Eagle appears at specific dramatic moments. Consider why directors chose it over smaller, more realistic options. The answers reveal how deeply cinema shapes our understanding of the objects it features. A pistol built for hunting became the world's most famous handgun because cameras loved it and audiences remembered it. If you want more breakdowns like this one, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We cover the real stories behind cinema's most iconic weapons right here on Real Caliber. Drop a comment telling us which movie Desert Eagle scene is your favorite. We read every single one. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.